Aero the Acrobat. Not a game I've played before, but looks kind of cool based on the character. I also like the fact that he is a bat. Oh! Iguana Entertainment. Now I do know them. They made Turok the Dinosaur Hunter on the Nintendo 64. Pre-GoldenEye FPS. Really impressive it was back in the day, despite being quite a foggy game. Yeah, I was saying, I like the fact it's a bat. It's like they came up with a circus theme and thought, what animal can we fit into a circus word? And some guy went, ACRO-BAT? And they all just dived on it. And I respect that, I think that's quite cool. Jump on 7-star platforms. So already I'm thinking, that's a bit better than Mighty Max, you know. We know what we're doing from the outset, to an extent. So I like this. He doesn't have any kind of weapon by the look, but I can do a Dalsim style sort of dive. I like that. I can float a little bit, but I don't seem to be able to fire anything, so that's interesting. Okay, so we go up the ladders. Some clowns on the patrol. So are these the star platforms? What do I do to get rid of them? Ah, if you jump on them they disappear, so I think it said there were 7 of them. Already feels like quite a solid little platformer. I like the character design. It literally looks like a red Sonic with wings. I guess that's a checkpoint. Don't know what that cheese was that I picked up, or just for points, or looks like everything's just for points. Them rings also gave me points. Don't know if there's a wider goal to it, maybe if you get lives or something. The gameplay is pretty good. It's responsive. I like the fact that you don't just have a bat gun of some description, and that you do have to actually time attacks and you know, not just land on the head, but there's a little bit more of an ask of the player. And I like the circus theme, because they've gone hard on it, haven't they? Speaking of which, look at this, we've got a human rocket that we have to get in. I think I saw more of the star platforms there. Okay, so that power up allows me to fly more like Tails from Sonic. I'm going to get 7 of these, so we've got 2 more to find. Oh! So you can slide down ladders. See, the animation on it is really good as well, you know, it's just solid, good looking, nothing disappointing. That was the last one, so we've got all of the star platforms. I'm not sure what we do now. If there's a... I wonder if that's it, it's like a teleport. Got to try and go down that flaming ring though first. Give it a go. Okay, so I think that's the end of the first level. Act completed. Enjoying it. Good game. Already of the opinion that from the A to Z games we've played thus far, Aero the Acrobat is probably my favourite. See, that unicycle gives me massive Bubsy the Bobcat vibes. If anyone's ever played Bubsy or Claws Encounters of the Third Kind on the Mega Drive, there's a level where you're on a roller coaster at a theme park and you go around it, I think it's on a unicycle, and it felt just like that. Not sure which came first, can't remember what year, but I do feel like one of them robbed from the other there. He certainly likes his junk food. It's a man out of my own heart. Oh, this one's not going down in one hit. So there's a couple of different enemies. Not sure what them gates are. It's weird, isn't it, to think what makes a character popular, because on the face of it, this should have been a big game. It might have been a big game. You know, I'll hold my hands up and say I'm not too sure, but the character hasn't stood the test of time, and you look at him and think, why not? You know, it is no different really to some of the other mascots that have become huge in the years between the sort of mid-90s and the 2000s and stayed the test of time. I did see that when I was doing the art to go around the video, that they did make one more attempt with Aero the Acrobat after the Mega Drive era. They did actually put a port of this out on the Game Boy Advance in the early 2000s, and I think then they basically thought that was that. They didn't try again. It does feel like the type of game that is definitely ready for maybe a remaster, you know. I'd be up for that personally. Can you imagine this with the character art that was done for, was it Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap? Can't remember the developer, but if they had a go at something like this, I bet it'd look fantastic. Just think it needs a bit of love. Aero the Acrobat. This could definitely return in the modern era for me on modern platforms, but don't make it 3D if you do, please. Suits this viewpoint. Oh, so I'm not sure with these balloons if I'm just meant to jump on them, and since this is not going well. Okay, right. I keep wanting to use my dials in move, and I think I just need to jump between them. There we go. Oh no, it's one of them big boys, the ones that keep coming at me. Oh god. The spikes are a little bit incessant, but it's my own fault every time. Like that. Game over. I really hope I've got to continue. 3 attempts left. We'll take one. Act 1? Not happy about that. So on the continue, it bumps you back to the first level. I'm assuming maybe there's lots of different worlds, and a continue allows you to start from Act 1 of each world that you've got to, which is fine, but no, it's not actually. It's not fine. I'm not a fan of it. Because, I mean, I may as well have just restarted the game, to be fair. Because I am literally right at the back of the beginning. I mean, it's my own fault for failing, but I just don't see the point of that, really. Seems a bit needless. But we'll give it another go. Just remember there was nothing down there, really, was there? Just need to get them star platforms again. See how quick we can do it this time. Okay. Last up here. Oops. It's a solid game though, you know. If fun is the name of the game, which it always should be as a bare minimum, a game has to be fun. This is, you know. No issues really from me. I know that the next game I'm playing will be the sequel, Aero the Acrobat 2. As again, when I was researching the box art, etc. for this, I saw that there was a sequel. So obviously, in A to Z order, no surprises for guessing that after Aero the Acrobat comes Aero the Acrobat 2. So find the key and rescue Ariel. Hopefully we can actually get to whoever Ariel is this time. It's surprising how, oh dear, how little you hear people discuss this one. There are some fantastic platformers on the system. I'm not suggesting this is as good as the very best, but it's certainly solid. I'd be very interested to see how it was regarded back in the day, if it was just seen as a bit cookie cutter compared to the rest, or if it was, as I'm seeing it, a very solid game, if that's how it was perceived. I'll have to check that out. But and we're dead again. I think I'll call it a day there with Aero the Acrobat and move straight on to the sequel. However, I will just say, really enjoyable game. I love that animation. Very cool. Very enjoyable game. Check it out. You know, it's, if you like Mega Drive platform games, this is definitely above average. It's got a lot of fun to it. It's pretty. It's a good game. Aero the Acrobat, big thumbs up from me.